Hey, what's going on, everybody? Jacob here with another video for you. So today's topic, I wanted to talk about living in the present moment. Big topic. Now, this is something that I know that we all hear about a lot. I know it's something that we all talk about all the time, but it's something that I see next to nobody really doing it. And it's something, I don't think that we can live in the present moment entirely, our entire lives. I don't think that's a healthy way to live. I think that there's a reason that our brains can imagine the future and remember the past. I think, it's obviously very useful to us. But I think that we live in the past too much, or we live in the future too much, very often. I wanted to share a couple of examples with you to kind of just show you like the importance and what living in the present moment really is, what it really looks like, and what it can do for you. So I'm going to tell you the story of my best friend. This is my best friend. His name is Jace. Now, a couple weeks ago, me and Jace, we were hanging out and we were having an awesome conversation that I thought I would share with you guys. So we were talking about obviously living in the present moment and examples of when we've kind of done this in our lives and where it's paid off for us. And so he had this amazing story of how he actually met his wife. He is married. This is his wife, and her name is Christina. So Jace and Christina met as work colleagues. They actually knew each other for 2 years before they even started dating. Jace got a job at a bank, and I think she was already working there. And they worked together for 2 years, and they would hang out. There was no real like heat or anything between them. There was really no intention for either one of them to get together. In the beginning, they were just work colleagues. So as you kind of fast forward and you get to a couple years later, they would hang out, and they started to grow in I guess the areas of chemistry, to the point where people that they worked with or people they were hanging out with would make comments on how much chemistry they had and how awesome they were together. There were some issues with them getting together, and I'm not going to go into the details of that because it's very private information. Let's just say that there were certain social influences that were giving them reasons to not be together. Basically, people telling them that they shouldn't do it. I personally don't agree with trying to tell people that they shouldn't be together or should be together or whatever. I think you should just let people live their lives, but people just seem to not be that way.
Boo, you stink!
And so Jace knew in the back of his head that if they ever dated, a lot of the people in his life would have a big problem with it. So it was kind of deterring him, I guess, a little bit, you could say. So one day she texted him and asked him, hey, do you want to go for a walk in the park? And Jace said he kind of knew, after reading that text, he knew that this kind of moment was going to be like a staple, that if he did go, it would mean something, and that if he didn't go, that they probably would never get together. If he goes, it's going to show that he's interested in her, and if he doesn't, then it shows that he's not. And that can be a hard place for a guy. But anyway, so what Jace said was that he was sitting there, and he was thinking it over, and he knew that he was going to have all these problems with all these people if he did it. And what he ended up doing, it's really funny what drove Jace's decision here, because if you rewind a couple nights before, Jace and I had been hanging out. We were watching funny videos on YouTube, and we watched this video.
What do you think the meaning of life is?
To live, and to live in a mystery, and to find purpose, and to live in the now. Magic! Now!
How do you define free?
By doing what you love.
What do you love?
This, the moment, love, now, it repeats.
That video He says this all the time, that it's the funniest thing ever, but that is the video that made Jace realize the whole like living in the moment mentality, like living now, living for the present, stop worrying about the future or letting the past affect you. And he said in that moment when Christina texted him and asked him to go to the park, he sat down and he asked himself, what do I want to do right now? It's like, I want to go on a walk with this girl. And so that's what he did. And the rest is history. They ended up dating. Yes, he had those problems with those people. Guess what he did? He removed them out of his life. Bye-bye. Not a problem anymore. That's what happens when you make people feel bad about being who they are and doing the things that they want to do. So stop doing that. But anyway, they ended up dating. I don't remember how long they were dating. I want to say about a year and a half. They got married last June. They got married last June of 2018. And fast forward almost another year, and they're living happy married lives right now. In fact, continuing on living in the present moment, they have decided to move to Hawaii. Not just vacation, like full-blown move. They said that they were kind of just felt like they were wasting time with their jobs and their lives here, and they wanted to go live in Hawaii for a couple of reasons, but that was a big one. And again, it was that same thing. Do I worry about the future? How am I going to do this? How am I going to get jobs? How am I going to get money? They said, just screw it, because that mentality is just going to keep us grounded here, living this life that we've just getting sick of. They are living in a house somewhat next to the beach. I actually don't know. I haven't seen it, but I hope it's on the beach. I hope they're like living in the freaking water, because that's awesome. You go, Jason, Christina. That's and like, dude, that's the power of living in the present moment.
Love now. Create. Inspire. I love all of you.